Before I start today's video, I wanted to once again quickly shout out MetaMats who have partnered with me to release an official Dzeeff mat. Now this is in celebration of my 50,000 subscribers, which is super exciting, and the mat has all sorts of crazy stuff on it. You can kind of see here, the main theme is that it has frog monsters. Here's Dupe Frog and here's Totally Awesome, and they're in the FA vehicles fighting Chaos Max Dragon. It's pretty crazy, and it's currently priced lower than the normal MetaMats, which is really exciting as well. I thought you guys would appreciate that, and so please go buy that if you want to. It's in the link will be in the description, and some of the proceeds do go back into the channel, which is really awesome. Anyway though, in today's video we are going to not open Collector's Box V2 again. We're not going to open any of the mystery power boxes. We are going to open what I think is probably one of the biggest ripoffs at any sort of retail store that sells these packs right here. These ones aren't as bad as I've seen, pretty much just as a rule of thumb here. I guess I'll show you. It advertises it having 3 packs and 1 foil card, and I don't think there's... Oh, nice. Fairfield Company, though. That's the people that make Collector's Box. Maybe this won't be that bad. In general, though, the reprint packs like this, when they have them in the blister, usually they're ripoffs. I know that there was one that I really don't even want to waste some money on that's like 25 cards. 2 of them are allegedly foil cards, and the other 23 are commons. They're selling that for like $5. That's a huge ripoff that I can't even for sort of a review video, I don't even want to waste my money doing that. Anyway, though, now that I know that these are Fairfield Company, I actually have a pretty high hopes that these are actual foil cards, because a lot of times, well, the biggest problem with these is that a lot of companies just don't seem to care, or they know, and they just, or I guess they might not know that the holographic cards aren't actually just like base rares. We don't really call base rares holographic, even though the lettering is holographic, and so a lot of times they just fit the rares and they're just cut costs or whatever. Anyway, though, these have, as you can see here, they have 3 packs and 1 foil card. We're going to see what's in them. I didn't really have a lot of hopes, but because of the company that's behind this, I actually do have pretty high hopes. So we will see here. We'll look at the... Oh, the other reason I got this one was because I noticed that it had Breakers of Shadow, which is really cool. And Shadow Specters. Ooh, we got a Shadow theme going on. I think this other one has 2 Shadow Specters and 1 Secrets of Eternity. Shadow Specters is kind of like... it's a lot like Cyberdark Impact in that there aren't a ton of high-valued cards in there. I think the only like real high-valued cards in here are going to be Ghostrick Alucard and Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. And even then, I don't think Ghostrick Alucard is actually that expensive anymore. Divine Knight Felgrand Ghost Rares are probably kind of up there. But anyway, yeah, so there are a lot of high-valued cards in Shadow Specters. However, there are a lot of metagame sort of impacting cards in here, which I think are really cool. So there was like the Mythic Dragons, there's like Ghostricks, which didn't make a huge impact as like a deck, but did make impacts as an engine. There's lots of good stuff in here, so we'll kind of discover that as we go in. I think that, once again, just like Cyberdark Impact, I think Shadow Specters gets kind of a bad rap, despite not being nearly as bad as some other sets. Yeah, we got Ghostrick Spectre. See, look how cute that guy is. Why would you not want to play with Ghostrick Spectre? Armed Protector Dragon. Not to be confused with Armed Dragons. Sacred Serpent's Wake. Numbers Overlay Boost. Swords at Dawn, which I believe we actually pulled in the last Collector's Box opening, which is kind of funny. Pum Princess, the Princess of Ghosts. This guy, and this guy. I can't quite explain it. I don't think these packs are fake, but man, they definitely feel weird. The cards themselves just feel off. Yeah, it doesn't really show on camera. It just feels, something feels off. Maybe that's the Shadow Specters, the ghostly pack. But yeah, so no hollows in that set. I think Farfa is not a fan of the Princess of Ghosts. Anyway, yeah, let's know Shadow Specters. Yeah, it looked like most of these that were on the shelves had 2 Shadow Specters and then 1 miscellaneous pack, so that's how it goes. Yellow Bellied Oni. Mythic Tree Dragon, like I mentioned earlier. This card is fantastic. You can pair it with Mythic Water Dragon, you can revive it with Debris Dragon, you can just do all sorts of stuff with it. Ooh, Baby Raccoons, the furry agenda, as Farfa likes to put it. Yeah, those were in there. Those are, I mean, they're not like super impactful, but they did stuff. Oh, Tokamon. This is, we pulled this in the Collector's Box V2. Wow, that's like, I can't even, that's crazy. The Melisverus, I don't know how to pronounce those, Bugini Centipede. Oh, these, yeah, the little Chaos Dragons are in here too. White Dragon Wiverbuster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, I believe. Those cards are awesome. Ooh, Mythic Water Dragon as well. That was a good pack. Yeah, so you can kind of see here already, like, these cards, and like in that one pack, we had like 4 cards that people like actually played with. In terms of like how many common cards actually get played in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Even as rogue decks, obviously, with the Raccoon or whatever, it's pretty low. So the fact that just one pack of Shadow Specters, of the 8 commons in there, 4 of them actually saw some experimentation is pretty cool. Open Secrets of Eternity, which we opened a lot of in the last box review. Suppose this one isn't really box review because there weren't really boxes. Well, they're in blister boxes. I don't know. Most people call them blister packs. Anyway, Fernoid guy, Unpossessed, that had a lot of hype. Tsukiyomi, or not Tsukiyomi, Yosenju Suk. That's probably not how it's pronounced. Infernoid Petrula, very cool. Performpel Spike Eagle. Requilate. This card causes so many different horrible rulings. This card is so confusing. It's just ridiculous. Oh man, Blazesaur Reload was in here. Nice. That's when I started playing Volcanics again. Dododo Witch. Yeah, Secrets of Eternity, I can't defend too much. I think that a lot of the stuff in there is pretty bad. I mean, yeah, we saw some good comments in that set, in that particular pack, but overall, not so much. Anyway, Secret Sect Druid Wid. Alright. Ghostrix Stein. Chow Chow Chan, what the heck. Numbers Overlay Boost. Another one of that card. And, oh, a secret rare. Shadow Vampire. Vampires are getting new support. Is this card played in the deck? I don't know. When this card... Sorry. Jeez. Come on, camera. Focus. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Dark Vampire monster from your hand or deck except Shadow Vampire. But if you do, only that monster can attack for the rest of this turn. This card cannot be used as Exceed Chill for Exceed Summon except for the Exceed Summon of Dark monsters. Yeah, the vampires in this set, and maybe just in general, I haven't read any of the new vampires, but the vampires in this set all had like 1 extra drawback that just made them like almost unplayable. So this one, it's the fact that you can't attack with anything during the turn you use it. I mean, technically you can attack with the thing you bring out, so if you bring out Duke, like that's, I guess it's okay, but in general, what you would want this card to be doing is special summoning a level 5 guy and then immediately making a rank 5 and then attacking with a rank 5, but you can't do that. But yeah, this card's actually pretty cool. And shout out to MCold40. He had a play in hands here. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but there was a time when this card was hyped for like $30, and I believe a very insightful MCold40 video actually caused that. Remember back in the day. That's a very nice looking secret rare though. Oh, Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. We're on our way to a Chaos Dragon deck. Ghostrick, Janoshki, and this guy. Fun fact about this guy, back when Pasquale Croatia played this game, I think that's not how you pronounce his last name. Well, anyway, Pasquale, who you may know, he got a top 32 at the 2014 WCQ with actual frogs, not like frog monarchs, like actual frogs. This is before Toad, by the way. And one of the decks that he liked a lot when Soul Charger was at 3 is he made this crazy reptile deck, and it was basically abusing this guy because, let's see. When this card is special summon, change all their special monsters on the field to face down defense position. You only use effect once per turn. So basically, he would like do this crazy stuff where he'd like bring this guy back with Soul Charge and flip a bunch of Elvatiles face down and then get like 1,000,000 pluses. It was pretty funny. Anyway though, that's enough talk about that guy. We'll open the Breakers of Shadow pack last because I think that's what everyone's waiting for. Lots of crazy good stuff in that set. One of the most revolutionary sets in recent memory. Possibly wasn't as impactful as Duelist Alliance, but definitely a very good set. Ghostrick Vanish, Yellow Bellied Oni again, Bujin Raven. Oh, nothing crazy. Oh, I guess that was a rare. Nothing crazy out of that set. Soul Drain Dragon. Dragon Shield, Survival of the Fittest. People play this in Dinosaurs. Sometimes they play it in Dinosaurs, right? Target 1 dinosaur monster you control. Equip this card to that target. It gains 1,000 attack. Nice, an Axe of Despair. When it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, sent to the graveyard, the equipped monster can make a 2nd attack on opponent's monster. Okay, well why are they playing that card? I don't know. Some people have been like, oh, you gotta play freaking Survival of the Fittest in Dinosaurs. I don't know about that. Anyway, Breakers of the Shadow, crazy good set. Got lots of good Perform Pals. We got Solemn Strike. You got all sorts of stuff. Cyber Dragon Infinity. This set was insane. So, get into a Dinomis. Got the Dinomis, of course. Reject Reborn. and Red Eyes Retro Dragon. This was also, yeah, this pack was just super revolutionary in general. This was the first pack where they had the super rare in every pack, I believe. I think I'm correct in that. I don't know if we can find any information on the back of it. 20, doesn't show the ratios. Yeah, I don't know if it says that. I'm pretty sure this was the first. No, it definitely was, because people were talking about how expensive cards like Solemn Strike or Perform Impel, Pendulum Sorcerer would have been if they didn't have 2 secret rares per box. And when that change happened, they put a super in every pack. So anyway, I'm right. Dynamist Charge. Holy crap! Look how many Dynamist we pulled. Like 4 Dynamist cards, 5 Dynamist cards in this one pack. That was crazy. And some super heavy samurais. Anyway, that is it for the packs. Now we are down to the last 2 cards. Now these were the promos, the foil cards. I should mention these packs were, or these little box things were $8.99. So just with the packs alone, I mean, if you factor in that Shadow Specters isn't really a well-liked set, it probably is worth less than $8.99 just with the packs. But as far as retail goes, it's actually a pretty good deal. So these cards are just like icing on the top there. So we'll see what we pull. First off, we have Koakimir Drag. Oh, all right, Fairfield Company. I feel you. I don't know if I'd quite call that a holographic. Well, it said foil. I don't know if I'd call it a foil card, but I really can't complain too much because Koakimir Drag was actually a pretty good card. The next one, right? Oh, they're giving us all these sort of well, they're called Shatterfoils. So I guess, all right, you got me on that technicality. They're called Shatterfoils. Overall, though, once again, not too disappointed. I think that pulling the Shadow Vampire is actually really neat, and you guys kind of got to see some of the cards that were in Shadow Specters. So if you hate that set, if you make fun of that set, maybe this video taught you that Shadow Specters wasn't that bad of set. Has lots of cool stuff. Maybe I'll make a discussion video about that, just like I did with Cyberdark Impact. If you'd like to see that, please let me know in the comments. I think that's definitely something that I could look into. Anyway, though, I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching the video. Go buy the mat on metamats.com. I'll put a link in the description if you want to. I'll see you later. Goodbye.